Well, hello, Paltalkers. My name is Dorothy Cassasari, and I'm the senior editor of In Touch Weekly. And welcome to the In Touch Weekly show, where we bring you the latest in celebrity news, trends, fashion, beauty, anything celebrity. This is where you want to be. So I'm so glad that you could join us today. We're going to be talking about a lot of really juicy stories from the new issue of In Touch Weekly that's on newsstands now. So if you would like to participate in the conversation, please do. I invite lots and lots of participation. I don't want to be holding this myself. We're also going to be having a special guest who is running a little bit behind schedule, but they will be here momentarily. So let's get right into the news of the week. Everybody is talking about Demi and Ashton. Can you believe what is going on with these two? I mean, Ashton was in a hot tub in San Diego with a little blonde girl on the night of Demi and Ashton's wedding anniversary. Guys, not a good look, let me tell you. This is a really crazy story, and this week in Touch, we heard from sources that Demi is not handling the news well. Ladies, I mean, can you empathize with her? Who would handle this news well? Sources are concerned that she's been partying too much. She's looking very gaunt, very skinny in a new photo that we have. And sources are really concerned about her, that perhaps she needs to check into rehab to work everything out. She's going through a hard time right now. We've all been there, and we really do wish her the best. These two have been married since 2005, and we'll have to see what happens. It's funny, they're huge Twitter people, and he has been tweeting Demi, but she has not been tweeting back. It's like crickets on Demi's end. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow In Touch Weekly at In Touch Weekly. You can also follow me at Dorothy Lauren, and you can also check out In Touch Weekly, www.intouchweekly.com, and you can check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/Dorothy TV page. So those are all the handles and websites so that you can keep in touch with the latest celebrity gossip. Moving right along, I'd love to talk a little bit about Britney Spears. She has been someone that has been out of the news for good reason. We don't see her hitting cars with umbrellas anymore. We don't see her shaving her head or doing anything crazy. And thank God, the old Britney is back. She has resurrected her singing career, and now she is dating the adorable Jason Trawick, who is a Hollywood agent. I kind of love when the Hollywood agents date the celebrities, like Reese Witherspoon just recently married Jim Toth, who is a Hollywood agent. And Britney is really into this relationship now, and sources tell In Touch Weekly that she is begging for a proposal. I like the way that she's thinking here. She's settled down, she has her two adorable little boys, and who knows, maybe she's getting that maternal instinct again. Her biological clock is ticking and she wants to pop out some more kids, and she wants to really be a settled down kind of mom. So Britney, you're on the right track, and we applaud you for that. Folks, if you want to join in, please raise your hand to talk on Paltalk. We'd love to invite you in to talk. Moving right along, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, Ryan. I have been talking about Ryan for the last 6 months or longer, since he broke up with Scarlett Johansson and has become Hollywood's #1 playboy. How did this happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happened. Ryan Reynolds is a cutie, and he was dating Sandra Bullock. Well, the two of them have been very good friends for a long time, since they filmed The Proposal together, and they got into a romantic kind of love affair, and Sandy even gave him keys to both of her homes, one home in Austin, Texas, one home in California. But now we're finding out that Ryan and Blake Lively are dating. Okay, you might be confused, I get it. Wasn't Blake Lively just dating Leonardo DiCaprio a second ago? And the answer is yes. We all know in Hollywood, celebrities move around to different partners like musical chairs, and this is definitely an example of that. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds got very close on the set of Green Lantern when they filmed that together, and sources tell In Touch Weekly that they even were, you know, getting really close, to the point that Scarlett Johansson was very suspicious back then, because that's when Ryan Reynolds was not a free agent. And so we're finding out that Blake visited Ryan up in Boston. Christina Blacken.
Blacken.
I love it. And Christina is from DoSomething.org. And last week we had a great celebrity cause on the show. We talked a lot about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, which is a cause that's near and dear to Miley Cyrus's heart. And this week we're talking about teenage bullying and bullying in general, and how much this has affected America's youth and how much Hollywood has gotten involved in this. We love when celebrities get involved with great causes, and so we love highlighting that sort of thing here. So Christina, can you tell us a little bit about your work with this cause?
Yeah, DoSomething.org is huge on getting teens involved in action in their communities, and bullying is a big issue for a lot of teens. Specifically, 160,000 teens skip school every day to avoid being bullied.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a massive issue.
What a statistic.
I know, right? It's a massive amount of people.
160,000 teens skip school every day to avoid being bullying. People have to start being nicer to one another.
They do. There needs to be more hugs.
Yeah.
No more punching. A lot of hugs instead.
Exactly. And so you have some celebrities that are associated with this cause now, which I love. We have Vinny from Jersey Shore.
Yes, Jersey Shore.
Vinny's such a cutie.
He is in person.
And we also have Brittany Snow, who is such a little doll. I've interviewed her quite a few times, and she's so pleasant, and she's so upbeat. And so what's their involvement with this cause?
Well, both of them took their time and did a PSA for us, and the PSAs are used to spread awareness about the campaign and really show what the campaign is about. And Brittany Snow did an amazing job. She's doing the Love is Louder organization, and she really helped us really leverage her influence and her voice to spread the message about this campaign. And then Vinny, he was awesome. I mean, he did the fist pumping. He integrated, you know, Jersey Shore. He said fists are for pumping, not for punching.
What is the? Oh, I like that. Fists are for pumping, not for punching.
Exactly.
And what is the Jersey Shore without a little bit of fist pumping,
Exactly.
right? I love that Vinny brought that little part of himself into it. And it's true. It's a good message. Now, there's a website, DoSomething.org, and basically you're encouraging teens to sign up and to suggest steps where bullying can basically be eradicated from schools and from neighborhoods, correct?
Right. They actually go to stepuptobullying.org.
Okay.
And then they sign up, and it's really simple. You just share your steps about what you've done to take
action.
action
You
against
share your
bullying.
steps. Okay.
Yeah, so whether it was telling somebody, hey, don't talk to a person like that, or starting a bullying project in your school, you share those steps with us. Then we send you footprint decal stickers, and they actually are removable, so they won't get in trouble.
Okay.
There's no vandalism going on. But they put those down where they've taken action, and then they give us a picture so we can see a visual representation of what they've been doing for bullying in their school. And then after that, they qualify for scholarships for college, so it's a win-win. You're stopping bullying, and you're also getting a reward for doing something really great in your community.
Wow, and what's that website?
Stepuptobullying.org.
Stepuptobullying.org. Okay, that's great. And if I can ask you, I don't want to put you on the spot here. We like to treat our guests with kindness. But if I can ask you quickly, what exactly is Vinny and Brittany's kind of connection to this cause? How are they selected among the many Hollywood types? Do they have a personal story or anything like that? Again, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you can offer any info about that.
Well, with Vinny, he was just so gracious with his time, and he also told us personally that he had experienced bullying as a kid. And I mean, every one of us have probably experienced bullying in some way, whether it was your older brother or somebody who was in your classroom when you were a teen. And he was just really excited to be able to use his influence and his visibility to a campaign that's really close to home for him. With Brittany Snow, she started the organization Love is Louder in conjunction with MTV, and it was really around the suicides that had happened last September with bullying. So that's an online movement to share your voice about why love is louder than bullying is. And since she has such a great cause and it's online and it's viral like our campaign, she's a really good fit for what we were doing. So both of them did an amazing job, and they're supporting us. They've signed like swag to send out. So this is a really amazing thing to have been a part of it.
Great, and I love that they have a personal connection to it, because I feel that oftentimes, you know, brings the involvement even a step higher when you deal with celebrities and that sort of thing. And it's such a great cause, and you know, we definitely, parents out there that have children, this is definitely something you want to take a look at. Bullying is something that is running rampant through schools and our communities, and it's great to see celebrities get so involved. And you know, Brittany Snow and Vinny are very young. I think they're only in their early 20s or so, and so it's a great inspiration that really, you know, anybody can make a difference and stand up and, you know, help out with things. You know, you don't have to be a celebrity to do it, but we do like to highlight the celebrity causes.
Definitely, and also we have a really great sponsor involved with our campaign called Popcorn Indiana. They've been a really
Popcorn Indiana?
Popcorn Indiana. And they're really delicious and tasty and healthy.
We're talking like movie popcorn, like things like that?
Popcorn, no, it's actually a snack where you could buy it from Walgreens, Walmart, and they've been an integral part. They've been a part of the campaign since the beginning, and they've just been a great way to show that there are brands and products out there that are really, really interested in getting involved in the cause. It's close to teens, and teens love to snack. So we wanted to definitely get something that, hey, you're eating popcorn, will also be a part of this campaign. And one of the prizes for getting involved in our campaign is also a popcorn party. So you can get scholarships for college, you can eat popcorn. It's, again, a win-win.
Wow, it's great. I love it. Well, can you stay for a little bit and talk some celebrity news with us and fashion trends?
Yes, of course.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for all of that great information. DoSomething.org is one website, and StepUpToBullying.org is the other website to check out. What a great cause. I love it. Okay, so we were just talking about Ryan Reynolds, who is kind of the Playboy of the Year in Hollywood. And I was saying how I can't seem to keep track of who he's dating. It's like, you know, on Monday he's dating someone else, and Wednesday it's a new person. And so in this week's issue of In Touch Weekly, we were saying that now he's dating Blake Lively. He has moved on. He's moved on from Sandra Bullock, and they're still very good friends. They started out as friends, but now he's dating Blake Lively, and they are getting very, very close. They spent the weekend in Boston together. She was playing Susie Homemaker at his apartment, Blake Homemaker, I guess, and she was making all sorts of, you know, food for him and cooking up a storm. And I don't know. I kind of liked her with Leonardo, and I liked Ryan with Sandra.
I feel really bad for Sandra. I feel like she just is losing out one way or the other. I mean, she had the whole divorce, and then she was trying to get her groove back. Not like Stella, practically. But, you know, she really wanted to get back out there and start dating, and it's so hard when you had a divorce and guys traipsing off with Blake.
Oh, I know. But Ryan, I'll tell you, next week it's going to be like Ryan and J-Lo or something. You heard it here first. No, I'm kidding. Don't quote me on that because I don't know that for certain. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Simon Cowell, because he is huge in the news right now because of X Factor, which is still very fairly new, and it's getting great reviews, and people are tuning in, and I'm really surprised by how much it's catching on. Have you been watching it all, or have you seen any clips online?
I didn't get to catch any because I'm still a little mad that he left American Idol. I will put that out there. But I've heard that it's actually like American Idol, but they're almost finished when they're seeing the people sing. So you don't get to see the part where people are messing up, the part that's kind of funny, but people who are already past that level, and they're like a part of a group. So Simon, I heard he also kind of toned it down a little. He's not as biting.
Yes, he's definitely toned it down a little. Yeah. I saw him this morning on the Wendy Williams show, one of my absolute favorites, and he was saying that the way that he acted to Susan Boyle when she came on stage for the first time really made him hate himself. And when he watched that clip back, it taught him a lesson that maybe he needed to be a little bit less harsh on people. And so I thought that was a really nice thing. Like, you know, he has a very sharp tongue sometimes, but he really does exhibit that he has a good heart in other moments too. Well, I have to say, we also found out in this week's issue of In Touch Weekly that he's quite a little diva, okay? So
that's not surprising.
He has a $24 million Beverly Hills mansion, kind of like, you know, the place I live in here in New York. And he has his gardening crew using a measuring tape to make sure that all of his hedges are the exact same height. Now, I get it. You want everything to look uniform. I mean, look, there's the picture right here. The crew is using a tape measure to level the hedges.
But does he really have an eye for that? Like, is he going to go out and be like, oh, that's 2 inches too short, that's 3 inches too high?
No, he's somewhat of a perfectionist, though, so I don't know. True. And also, we also found out that every morning he must watch The Flintstones while enjoying tea, papaya juice, oatmeal, and a smoothie. Really, Simon? The Flintstones? I mean, I like Barney Rubble, but come on.
I mean, Flintstones, I mean, it's a good show and all, but one is dating yourself. Come on now. There's some new cartoons out there that he could get up on. And two, I don't understand why you would measure your hedges. I can't get
I don't know. He is a diva. Now, we have our first caller, Benjamin from San Antonio. Benjamin, can you hear us here at Paltalk?
Yep, I hear you. How you doing?
Hi, great.
Christina.
Great. Hi. How are you?
I wanted to ask a couple of questions, if they don't mind. I wanted to ask these questions. Why wasn't there help for us when we were getting bullied when I was in school before the year 2000? Why was it so hard to get help? Also, why was I abused mentally at school so many times and nothing was done about it at school? And they just shoved it in, they shoved it. Also, I just want to know that. And then I also want to know why do women like to talk about celebrity gossip so much compared to men?
Well, hold on a second. I'm gonna leave the bullying questions to Christina because she is our resident expert on that. But I would just like to really quick talk about the question of why women like to talk about celebrity gossip more than men. Because I'll tell you, I think that's a misconception. There are so many guys that I know that when I'm at their apartment and I go to use their bathroom, oh, what's in there? In Touch Weekly, New York Post page 6.
So true.
I think men are just a little bit more behind the scenes interested and involved in celebrity gossip. But lots of times when I'm somewhere on the beach or wherever it is, there's a group of people and a lot of people are asking me questions about celebrities. I'll tell you, those guys, they're sitting there quietly, but they start chiming in with their questions. So Benjamin, I love that question. I think it's a misconception. I really do think that men love it just as much as women.
They do, or they at least like to look at the pictures.
Yes,
So,
though that is what they say. They like to look at the pictures. Now, touching on this question about bullying, because I think it's a very good one. Why are we hearing more about bullying, lately than perhaps in the past when I was in school or when Christina was in school? Christina.
Well, I think it's twofold. One is because now we're just such a more connected world. We have media and social media that we never had in the past. So people are hearing about these problems at a rapid fire rate. If there's a suicide that's happened or some incident that's been in the school, it'll immediately be across the nation and the world within seconds due to the online nature of the way our society is now. That's a great thing because now we can actually raise awareness so quickly around these issues, and schools are taking it upon themselves to implement their own bullying policies. We had somebody participate in our campaign and they helped start a bullying, I guess it was kind of like almost a petition within their school to stop bullying, and it was actually taken to the administration. So a lot of these things are being addressed now. It's unfortunate. I'm really sorry to hear that you were experiencing that as a younger person, but now you can definitely step up and not see other generations go through the same things that you did.
I like that. I really think that that's very, very accurate. It is interesting that we can raise awareness so much quicker because of all of the social media outlets that we have now. And I agree also that that is very sad to hear that, Benjamin. I think everybody at some point in their life experienced bullying of some type. And hey, you know what? Maybe everybody also was guilty of doing a little bit of bullying at one point in their lives, you know?
That is true.
But anyway, Benjamin, thank you so much for your questions. I hope that we answered them, and I hope that you get involved, in this organization, because it's something that everybody can be a part of, especially if you have a personal cause.
Thanks, Benjamin.
So moving along, I want to just jump from celebrity news for a second and talk a little bit about some celebrity trends, because I do love talking about fashion, and maybe Benjamin is right that women do like talking about fashion more than men. But men, if you're out there, just go along with it. So this week, I love our Style Spy. It's one of my favorite parts of In Touch Weekly, where basically they hook you up with all the latest fashion trends so that when you're looking in your closet, you're trying to put something new together to wear, you can just, look at this. It's kind of like the Bible. So this week, everybody is in color blocks, and this is something we've been hearing so much about. And basically, hopefully you can see, but basically this has to do with throwing away that old concept that you can't put bright colors together, because normally if you're going to wear a bright shirt, you're going to maybe wear a pair of black pants or jeans
like
or something.
Now. I'm
Right.
not saying I'm against color blocking.
Well, actually, and you have a very popular trend on, which is kind of this Navajo prints.
This little native inspired angled.
Well, native
sweater.
and your earrings too are very native inspired. That's a huge trend that we're seeing with celebrities, and this color blocking is great because you can really reinvent your closet in a way. For example, if you have a skirt that you always used to wear with a white t-shirt or a white shirt, forget, if you have a bright skirt like red or purple, forget the white, go in there and pair it up with something bright blue, bright purple, even bright yellow.
Definitely.
It's a really, really good look, and I'm adoring it.
I used to think it was funny when I was younger, we were all color blocking, but it was kind of out of necessity. Like, well, got red shirt, blue skirt, let's make it happen. But now it actually is something that I think it looks great, and I'm glad it's coming back because I will be wearing bright on top and bright on bottom.
Great, I love it. Now also, I'd like to talk about our beauty spy of the week. Because I'm loving this tucked under look. Okay, so it looks like celebrities chopped off their hair and it looks like they now have short hair, but guess what? It's just an optical illusion. It's the handiwork of a fabulously talented hairdresser, but it doesn't need to be a hairstylist. You could do it yourself very, very easily with some bobby pins and some really good hairspray. It's so easy. I mean, I have very long hair. I'm actually growing.
I don't know.
You might be able to, but it's very, very easy. You just, you know, tuck it under and, you know, you put some curls in and it's such a good look. So I just wanted to mention that. Well, there's a lot of online bullying, you know, maybe going back even to what Benjamin had asked, you know, why these sorts of things were not addressed, you know, in the past, because, you know, now that chat rooms and things like that have become so, you know, part of people's everyday life sometimes, it's almost even easier to be a bully in a chat room because you're not there in person. So it doesn't really take as much, you know, I don't want to use the word courage because there's nothing brave about being a bully, but you know, certainly it is a problem online. And is there a kind of a part of what you do that deals with online bullying as well, not just in schools and not just in communities?
Well, with this campaign, we focus specifically on physical bullying just because it's such a huge issue as well. And there's a lot of cyberbullying campaigns going on in conjunction with what we're doing. But one thing I wanted to say about that is I think a lot of people just get a lot of, like you said, not courage, but they kind of become a gangster behind the keyboard, like a thug online. And it's a way to bolster their own self-esteem. So sometimes just don't even take it personally because they may not really feel that great about themselves and they're saying things they would never say to you in person, or they would never say it to you if they saw you at a party, but the second they get behind the keyboard they feel some kind of way. So cyberbullying is definitely a huge issue, but that's more of, you just gotta ignore those comments sometimes, and definitely if you see things that are going on that's not okay, flag it and tell the administrators of that site to get these people kicked off, because they can get kicked off of a forum for doing that.
That's great advice. I hope that answered your question, Kenneth. We really thank you for calling in. If you've just tuned in, we're doing the In Touch Weekly show. My name is Dorothy Cassasari. I'm the senior editor for In Touch Weekly, and I'm here with Christina Blacken, who is representing, who's representing DoSomething.org, and we're talking about bullying and, you know, ways that you can get involved to try and reduce the amount of bullying that happens in our communities, in our schools, and, you know, to teenagers, to children. It's something that young people can get involved in, teenagers can get involved in, parents, grandparents. I mean, it's really something that is a cause that must at some point touch everyone's life in some way.
Definitely, and we'll have the campaign going through the end of October, so tell everybody that you know, get as many of your sisters, your brothers, other teenagers involved, because this is a huge issue and there's a lot of things going on in this sphere, so definitely do something about it.
You know, it's funny because when we're talking about bullying, I can't help but think about my younger siblings who are now all in college, but, you know, growing up, like, you always kind of worry that maybe there's kids at school that aren't being nice to them, or maybe they're not being nice to kids at school, you know, and I think I've always tried to teach them, you know, to always be kind to people. And I was just with them. I went to 2 of their colleges just on Friday and went over there to kind of check out what was going on, see their dorms, and, you know, I was kind of asking them some questions about how people treat each other and that sort of thing. So I think it's good to always have a discussion, you know, with kids that are in school. I mean, they're not really kids anymore, they're college students now. but I was in the car with my sister and we were driving to my brother's school, Villanova, and we were driving along just kind of talking about some of the things that sometimes people say that are just so hurtful, and hopefully there's going to be something, you know, to be done about this for certain.
Definitely, especially in college, you'd think people would leave kind of like the cliquey high school things at the door, but some people take those things with them to the college, and it's interesting to see how people deal with that. There were a lot of online websites that are no longer in play that would let people go and talk about others and forums, and I think it's an interesting thing to see how can people who are on college campuses who are near all different types of people still be amicable and friendly and learn how to deal with the issues that they had in the past and leave them at the door. It's college time. Enjoy college. Don't hurt each other. Go to like a rally. Go tailgate or something. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to go back to a few more stories because we only have about 5 minutes left. It's amazing how time flies. 4 minutes, actually. It's amazing how time flies. But I cannot not mention during this episode of the In Touch Weekly show about the New Jersey Housewives.
I love that show.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am obsessed with it. It's a guilty pleasure. Everybody has that thing that relaxes them. You know, some people not so much. The show might get their blood boiling, but for me, it's just like I can zone out and enjoy it. And so we're finding out this week in Touch Weekly that perhaps Teresa Giudice is going to quit the show because there's been
she's the center part of the show.
She's the center.
Yeah.
But we're finding out that she really didn't sign up for all the drama, obviously. That she signed up to be with her friends, to hang out, have fun, and she didn't sign on to have family trashing her. And this really has been an interesting new development that they brought on Melissa and Joe Gorga, who is Teresa's brother and sister-in-law, and there's been a lot of family feuds, and I think it's just going to be only, you know, what time will tell, because she has been creating a firestorm of controversy with her new cookbook, Fabulicious. She slammed Caroline Manzo. I couldn't believe that.
I couldn't believe that
I
either.
thought those two were buds, and I thought that Teresa really had a certain level of respect for Caroline, but she called her only 1/16th Italian in her new cookbook. I mean, I'm Italian, and I'm not as Italian as Caroline Manzo, but if someone called me 1/16th Italian, all right, you better watch. My cousin Ernie is going to come up and have a word with you if you do that.
I mean, when did she become a geneticist? How does she know if it's 1/16th?
Exactly.
Did she do a test?
No idea. No idea.
Understand.
So the reunion is coming up, and it's going to be really, really crazy. Yeah. I also want to mention really quick, one of my favorite new things that I kind of checked out that I want to share with you guys. So I was driving, when I was mentioning with my sister out to Villanova, I was driving along in Lincoln MKX. Let me tell you, okay, the celebrities are loving this car right now. James Woods is driving it all the time, and I have to tell you, I cannot get over how much cars have improved technologically. I mean, it's almost like we're getting to the point where I can sit back, relax, and be on my BlackBerry. I mean, I would never do that, but and the car can just drive itself. I mean, this thing, like, it syncs to my BlackBerry automatically when I get into the car, so that all I have to do is press a button and say, call Christina or whatever, and all of a sudden Christina's beautiful voice is coming through the car. It has a ridiculous navigation system where you can type anything in. You can also do it, you know, by just voice command. It's incredible. And then, I'm sorry, maybe I'm living in the Stone Ages, but I couldn't believe that at one point, I mean, I'm a pretty good driver, but at one point, I guess I was looking at the radio and I was kind of zoning out, and I guess a car in front of me had stopped, and all of a sudden, the lights on, there's red lights blinking on the dashboard, like there's like this beeping sound. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if like aliens are landing on the hood of the car or what's going on, and as it turns out, it has a collision sensor that basically senses if the car in front of you is too close and you're going too fast. It will sense it so that you perk up and stop.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, without this thing, I don't know what would have happened. And then one more thing. The night before I had taken this car down to the Philadelphia area to see my sister and brother, I must have slept strange and had a little crank in my neck. So I'm the person that's driving and looking, you know, like this, like I have a neck brace on. I mean, like a total fool. But you know what? The side mirrors have a blind spot sensor also. So all you need to do is look in the side mirror and a little light lights up if there's a car in your blind spot. So,
sounds like a magic car.
I'm telling you, I had to share this because it is a celebrity fave, and so I love, you know, always kind of piggybacking on.
Does it make sandwiches for you? Because I feel like it would make you lunch.
Yeah, actually, I pressed the button and it said say a command, and I said peanut butter and jelly, and you know, out of the CD player popped a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No, that part is not true, but the rest of it is. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dorothy Cassaseri, senior editor for In Touch Weekly. Please follow In Touch on Twitter at In Touch Weekly. Check out www.intouchweekly.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Dorothy Lauren, and also on Facebook, facebook.com/DorothyTV page. And we want to thank Christina Blacken so much for coming. She represents DoSomething.org to combat bullying in our schools. So please visit the website and you know, help out all you can. And we'll see you here next week at 2:30. Thanks a lot.